we are 3 years after the Dobbs decision. 17 states enforce near total abortion bans. We're looking at a OBGYN shortage, and maternal mortality is rising. And we are seeing good um, neonatal, all of the infrastructure that is built around reproductive health care, abortion access, all of those things are leaving places. And that means even for those who are not seeking an abortion, they are losing expertise in these areas. But I think if there were one story that epitomized the sheer hypocrisy and the ugliness of these bans, it unfolded in Florida over the last week. There's a Florida lawmaker named Kat Kamick. She ended up with an ectopic pregnancy that ruptured, left her in the emergency room. And these are extremely dangerous.
Yep.
And when I say it epitomizes everything that's wrong, here's somebody who, as a Republican lawmaker, is telling the emergency room with doctors who are terrified for very good reason that if they make a call that her life is in danger and therefore we must act, and it ends up in front of a right-wing jury in Florida with a extremist prosecutor second guessing whether or not she was close enough to death to warrant the action. What all of these, they have to navigate all of these things. But here she is saying, I'm a Republican lawmaker who supported this law, and here's what it does. Not a judge, just this lawmaker. She even got the governor's office on the phone for the purpose of calling on them to reassure this hospital, this medical team, that they would not face potentially murder charges, in a state where all of this rhetoric is being floated. And what happened? She got the abortion. They provided medical care. But how many of us walk around, being able to say, hey, I'm a lawmaker, I'm part of the majority party, I've got the governor's cell phone, I will have their office weigh in to ensure that we get the kind of health care that ought to be available. It is always this way. They will continue to access abortion care because they will rig the system, whether it's financially to gain access, or this prime example that we live in a state that would have denied that until it was absolutely a borderline call of life and death. And we've already seen examples of people who did not survive, or because they were forced to wait so long, will never have children. And that is where we are in the state of Florida, 3 years after Dobbs and after these extraordinary bans that functionally create full abortion bans.